Hello, this is Sammy Wheeler, and back on my favorite subject, apparently, college. I'm actually heading off in about an hour or two to my night class, and I decided to do a little video about how college has affected me personally. Well, I'd like to say that before I went to college, due to being essentially ostracized from roughly middle school to high school, I'd actually gone on a complete reversal from what I used to be. I used to be an extroverted person who had more like that leadership mediator role, and then I think it was after I moved up here to the state, that just went away. Became very negative. So, um, yeah, college has made me be outgoing again, which is interesting. Unfortunately, that's about the only good thing I can say. Besides the educational factor, learning new things and making me outgoing again is about the only really good thing that's happened since I started college. That's it. Why would I say that? Well, despite making me outgoing again, being a goofy, silly person and entertaining, and I always have sort of cared about the world. But besides that, I mean, the negatives far outweigh the positives. For instance, I still have associates, not friends, not people who are really friends. Thanks to my peers, my self-esteem continuously jumps up and down, and my notoriously low self-esteem has dropped lower than it was. Hello, baby. Yeah, this is the one that plays the piano, but the harp. Let's see. Besides that, the cost of college has forced me to give up some of my favorite hobbies. Unless there's like a really cheap book sale, I can't buy books. Forget video games. I bought maybe, as of the next two, I'll get via pre-orders 7 in the past year, and most of those are used. No new ones besides maybe 3. I can't afford. I pay more for supplies and food than I do anything else. Yes, I know you love me, baby. What else? As I said, people like to know me as somebody they talk to randomly, and they'll notice later, but I don't have any real friends in college, and that's a really big downside. Another downside is the price and the psychological stress. I feel better when I'm at home than I do when I'm in college, because a side effect of that ostracization I was talking about is that whenever I'm around people, because I lost a huge percentage of years with the socialization crap, my social anxiety goes through the roof, and people think I'm not crazy. They think I'm on something. To top it all off, people are really self-centered in college, and they really group up really tight, and it's even harder to get into that kind of group than it was in high school. And if you look different like me and you're not exactly attractive or hot or tall or model or whatever, I mean, you're kind of done for female-wise. Was invited to one party my entire time, but I couldn't get transportation. So yeah, and even within my own program, I'm not necessarily, I don't know, liked. I think I'm more tolerated because I think bigger than they do. So yeah, college overall has not been that great. I mean, and from an educational standpoint, probably the one reason I'm continuing, I'm going to finish this year and a half that I have left, is because I have a game plan for making this degree work for me. And I mean making it work for me. It will work for me. I have fallbacks. I know what I'm going to do. So that's the only reason I'm continuing through, is just to get this associates, do what I'm going to do, and that's it. And I mean, but otherwise, the college experience hasn't been that great. I mean, I was in PTK, Phi Theta Kappa, and my grades dropped for a year, and now I'm back in again. And all the people that were there before are gone, and the first group of people, really nice. I got along. I was recommended for a student ambassador job and everything, and I've actually been told to be really good at that. But what happened was, in the year I was gone, everybody graduated, and the new group is clicked up. Like, before they were open, and now they're just, like, I came in and I got all these glances at me like, oh, who's that? We've never seen her before. And I really like that group, and now they're just like, I'm at this point where I have to go to one general meeting a year, and I'm going to do my community service stuff, but, I like helping people anyway, but it's just, the whole situation it's changed, and that's something I'd like to state. If you go into college and you're expecting open atmosphere, if you don't have friends when you go into college, you're probably not going to make them there because most people there already have friends. And that's one of the big downsides for what has affected me in college is I actually do want to make friends. I'm actually a really fun person. Possibly insane, but fun to be sure. I love outdoor stuff, but I mean, it's like I know people, but they're not necessarily my friends. They're people I know, if that makes any sense. I mean, so yeah, college hasn't really helped my self-esteem or my ability to make friends at all. And another thing that's a downside is the cost. The cost, I am very, very lucky I get grants, let's put it that way. I am so freaking lucky I get grants, and I still have to manage my supply costs. Not only that, we're like told in my program you have to go into X club and get X amount of, stuff. And oh, by the way, if you're not X good by the time you graduate, you're screwed. So no, they don't. And also, some of the teachers are not necessarily helpful, and they play favorites big time. So that hasn't helped my self-esteem. Another thing that has happened since I started college is I have completely lost my faith in the intelligence and capabilities of this generation I'm in, because I have met more complete idiots in the school who can't even pass an intro to psych class. As in, they failed 4 times, and they aren't even trying, you know? So, it's kind of destroyed my opinion of people. And, again, it's just not helping. I mean, since I've started college, things have just gone downhill. And emotionally, I've gotten a little better, but, I mean, another thing that happened is I thought that, very misinformed, by the way, there, that college students would be understanding. My cousin went to college back when, college students were that way, back when you could make friends in college, And I found out that my generation isn't necessarily that way. I also thought I'd find people with similar interests who'd like to hang out. I found one, but it didn't quite work out. I mean, that sort of stuff. So I'm still hanging out at home alone. I'm pathetic. What else? What else has happened? Has it affected me? Well, I got a job through college. That was a good thing. Forgot that piece. But I haven't been able to find one since. And again, the ambassador thing is a good thing to look forward to. I've met new people, that's a good thing. But again, the negatives outweigh the positives. Emotionally, college it drove me to attempt my first few suicidal runs in a few years. Since I was like high school. So, it's been a really on-off, but really negatives outweigh the positives when it comes to college. I would highly suggest, unless you have a group of friends and you're going to college, I wouldn't suggest hoping on making friends. Just accept that they're not going to like you, most likely. Get a cat. They love you unconditionally as long as you feed them. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, and even though I'm in a graphic design degree, people think that my art isn't good enough or is too demented or something. So yeah, that doesn't help. So yeah, confidence and all this has gone downhill since I started college. This is going to be a 2-part video because this is just the emotional. I'm going to talk more about the peer aspect, the next one.